Lately, Facebook has been doing a lot of updates. And what's going on is they're trying to implement different things with different AIs and they're trying to optimize everything. But the thing that you need to be aware of is those updates are going to be your downfall. Why? Because you should never test something new that Facebook has integrated. You need to understand that if you do, you're like their guinea pig. They take the information of all those people that tried this feature and then they either remove it or improve it based on the data. So that new feature that you're trying to implement into your store because you maybe believe that this is the thing that will make you profitable, it's actually making you losing a ton of money or removing you from having the chance of having a winning product. Let me show you an example. Okay, so as you can see, let's say we go down. This is a brand new thing that Facebook has implemented. If you click right here, show more option, this wasn't there before. So standard attribution, incremental attribution. So overall here, this wasn't here, and the standard is the normal one. This is the new option. To be honest, I haven't tried it yet. I seen it from 2 days ago. I'm going to try it and see what happens. But so far, I'm going to keep it at standard attributes because this is every time that I test my products. It is just always, it was always like that. But they decided to implement this thing, incremental attributes. And Facebook is going to do things like this, or even do, like as you can see right here, introduction of threads ads, and they're going to introduce a lot of features. Guys, I have been doing dropshipping for a long time, and let me tell you that every other month they try new features. And like I said, what happens is Facebook like implement those features into their system. They do an update, they implement them, they make sure that you see them clearly. As you can see, you cannot miss this. Like it's properly in your face and they want you to use it. But the problem is, this is a new feature. You don't know if this feature is great. Maybe the feature is great. Maybe the feature is going to make money. But does that mean that your initial feature doesn't work anymore? No, your initial feature is working, is making money, and it is profitable. So stay with your initial feature. But when do you want to use those new features to see if they're worth it or not worth it? Okay. So, what you need to understand is those new features, the moment that you should use them is when you have a winning product. So, when you have a winning product with multiple campaigns that are running, with different creative, with different interest, and you're stable, let's say you're making between 1 to 5K per day in revenue, and you have your structure, everything works, everything is running, everything is profitable, then you will create another campaign. And on that campaign, you're going to test those new attributes that Facebook is adding. I've seen a student, I haven't got that one yet, but I've seen, let's say, this is website, and there's a new one that is like website and shop. So the shop catalog or something. So this is an attribute that I will test in the future when I get it with one of the stores that we have running, and that is profitable. So it's profitable. Let me invest 10% of the budget of me scaling my ads into scaling different things. Maybe that this new feature is going to work better. Who knows? Nobody knows. Maybe it's going to work better. Maybe it doesn't. The problem is if you test during products that you don't know if they're winners or not, during the product testing process, what happens is you don't know if it's the product the problem or if it's the strategy the problem. And like I said, when it comes down to Facebook, you want to isolate the variable, like science, like math. In order to know where the problem comes from, you need to isolate the variable and make sure to test everything around it. As an example, let's say you want to test different creatives, you test different creative at the same time. Well, you cannot test the budget, the gender, you cannot test all of those things at the same time of your creative. No, you want to test your creative, then only test your creative. If none of them work, then you know it was your creative the problem. If the creative work or maybe one or two work, then you know which one are the winning creative. And after, then let's say you want to test, I don't know, the gender. Then you don't want to test the gender with new creative. You want to test the gender with the creatives that were working before. You know they're working those creative. You know they're bringing you money. So let me try to do a separate, let's say, campaign with a different, with the same interest, with the same creative, but only changing the gender. And by isolating that variable, you will see, okay, so if this interest with those creative were working previously and now I created a brand new campaign to test those interests, then to test those this gender, and the interests were working before and the creative were working before, then it's the gender the problem. Then the narrowing down didn't work too well. And this is what comes down to Facebook. And guys, look, every time that I see a new feature on here and I'm like, maybe I should try it, I don't know, I get caught up with those things. I'm human. I get emotional with those things also, and it is normal. You need to understand that overall, it's going to be complicated to resist of those new features because they're in your face, and sometimes you believe they're even better than what you're doing, but you need to control yourself. You need to be like, the reason that I control myself is because I know that I have a strategy that is proven to work for me and proven to work for all of our students. So if it's proven, why changing it? Let me just try different features when now I have different winners that I can test it. And at the same time, does that mean that if, let's say, I test some features on a winner, that I will change my strategy completely? No. Why? Because maybe that strategy work well with this product, but does it work well with other products? I don't know. So I need to test that feature across the board on maybe 15, 20 winning products to make the decision to be like, you know what? I think it's time to change the strategy. This one is better optimized. It led me to better results. It's the correct time. But if not, then I will never change my strategy. And I know people that haven't changed their strategy in 10 years just because they know it works. So they're like, why am I going to invent something else? Why am I changing different things and moving? Like, I know my strategy works. So why do I need to reinvent the wheel, create something new? It doesn't make any sense. Let me focus on what I have, scale my business, test different things on the scaling phase because I have a dedicated budget on those winning products, and come back to the original strategy when we test more products. And down the line, if it's been a few months, I've tested different things and I see something optimized better than other, then I will implement it on my strategy. If not, not at all. So hey guys, this is the video of today. A lot of people, they don't speak about those things. They don't speak about those features. They don't speak about those problems on Facebook. And I really want to dive in those problems because I know it's something that you guys are struggling with. Why? Because we have many messages from subscribers and student as well that tell us, oh, there's a new feature. Should I do it? Should I add it? I don't know what's going on, what's happening. And if you're asking yourself those questions and we are here to reassure you, then I know you won't do those mistakes. And that's why I'm making those videos so I can reassure more people. And if I can at least help someone to make a great decision, then it is what it is. I don't need more than that. At least I'm helping someone. And as you can see here on value rule, there's also different rules that you can now create. So that's another option. Like lately, this right here, threads. There's so many things that Facebook are doing and are trying differently. And it's the time for you to know what? Double down on your strategy. Let other people be the guinea pig. You stay with your strategy, stay consistent, and that's it. So, hey guys, this is the video of today. Wish you all an amazing rest of your day. Hope this video helped you a lot. It takes me a lot of time to make those videos, and um, to be honest, I think it's very valuable. So take the time to watch those videos, take the time to share it to other dropshippers, and I'm going to keep making those videos for your entertainment. And see you on the next video. Peace out.